Good day, everyone. Once again, I am Dikiljon C. Baliling, and it's my pleasure to share my thoughts and idea for this seminar presentation. And for my presentation, allow me to introduce my topic. My topic is entitled about chemical fertilization impact on agriculture. And for the outline is start with the introduction, fertilizer basics, under the primary macronutrients, secondary macronutrients, and micronutrients. Fertilizer basis of its nature and form. Additionally, the impact of chemical fertilizers on agricultural resources. Under the deleterious effect of chemical fertilizer on water and soil. And last one is the conclusion. And for the introduction, allow me to read. The Industrial Revolution followed by the Green Revolution, which fulfilled the food demands and food security of the growing population, caused an increase in the yield per unit area in crop production. But they also increased the use of synthetic fertilizer in the field of agriculture that provide less soil fertility. That is one of the most vital constraints in improving the agricultural production. But the intensive use of inorganic fertilizer in agriculture worldwide for ensuring the world food security caused so many health problems and unrecoverable environmental and agricultural pollution. For basics rather, a fertilizer is any material or of natural or synthetic origin that is applied to soil or to plant tissues to supply one or more plant nutrients essential to the growth and plant or to overcome the plant nutrient deficiency. Moreover, many sources of fertilizer exist, both natural and industrial produced. Any natural or manufactured material that contains at least 5% of one or more than the three primary nutrients like nitrogen or the NPK can be considered a fertilizer that typically provide following nutrients in varying proportions. And for the mic and for primary macronutrients are composed of three elements. Those are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And for the nitrogen, it is a major constituent of several of the most important plant substances like chlorophyll that causes leaf growth. For potassium, it is involved in many vital plant processes like energy, transfer, development of fruits, flowers, seeds, and fruit. And potassium serve as an activator of enzyme used in photosynthesis, and respiration provides strong stem growth, movement of water in plants, promotion of flowering and fruiting. And for the secondary macronutrients is composed of calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. For calcium, regulates the transport of other nutrients into plant and involved in the activation of certain plant enzymes is also involved in the photosynthesis and plant structure. For magnesium, in plant nutrients, it is a constituent of the chlorophyll molecule. It is also involved in a numerous enzyme reaction as an effective activator. And last one for the sulfur is it is a structural component of some amino acid and vitamins, and it is essential for chloroplast growth and function. For fertilizer basis of its nature, the fertilizer basis of its nature are classified into three groups. Those are the inorganic fertilizer, organic fertilizer, and biofertilizer. For the inorganic fertilizer, these include industrial synthesized fertilizer like urea, potash, complete, and etc. Those are fertilizer that made up of or composition of chemical substances. For organic fertilizer, fertilizer derived from living or formerly living materials like animal waste, plant waste for agricultural industry, composed and treated plant parts beyond manures and animal sources can include products from slaughter of animals like blood meal and bone meal. For biofertilizer, a product that contains living microorganisms which exert direct or indirect beneficial effect on plant growth and crop yield through different mechanisms like rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azoospermillum, and blue-green algae. And for the fertilizer basis of its form are classified into two types. Those are the solid and liquid. For solid, powder fertilizer is dry form for a fertilizer that can be worked into soil for a long-lasting result. For liquid fertilizer are applied with irrigation water or for plant direct application. And for the micronutrients, micronutrients is composed of copper, iron, magnesium, molybdenum, zinc, boron, silicon, cobalt, and vanadium. Macronutrients play essential role in the composition of elements for the fertilizer and for the good growth performance of crop productivity. And the impact of chemical fertilizer on agricultural resources, specifically in the deleterious effect of chemical fertilizers. Soil nutrients level get decreased over time when crop plants get harvested, and these nutrients get replenished either through natural decomposition process or by adding synthetic fertilizer. Moreover, hence fertilizer is an essential component of modern agriculture. But true chemical fertilizer are a major cause of sufficient crop production for the world population, which bring in serious challenges to the present and future generation. Effect of chemical fertilizer on water. The growth and reproduction of microorganisms reduce and dissolve oxygen content of water body without sufficient dissolved oxygen in surface water. Fish and other aquatic species suffocated and will lead to killing of aquatic life. And the effect of chemical fertilizer on soil. Overuse of chemical fertilizer can lead to soil acidification and soil crust by weeding organic matter content. Humus content, beneficial organisms, stunting plant growth, and can change the soil pH, increase pests, and even contribute to the release of greenhouse gases. And for the conclusion, in general, fertilizer application is very vital for today's agricultural crop production system as it restores the soil nutrients and promote crop growth and yield. But to reduce the different kinds of hazard taking place due to excessive use of synthetic fertilizer, judicious and sustainable use of fertilizer should be made. Soil testing and analysis should be done properly, and then fertilizer should be given to soil. Therefore, to ensure and enhance sustainable agricultural production and to safeguard the environmental and agricultural productivity, integrated use of different types of nutrients, supplement such as chemical fertilizer, organic manure, biofertilizers, and other slow release or release control release fertilizers should be adapted. And before I will end my presentation, I would like to acknowledge the following persons behind this presentation: to Dr. Salvia Mendati Dargantes, and to my co-student, Yasel Jancho, DG Clark Hogmon, Chandra Cyrus Marquez, Roland Umalyaw, Lance Mahunyag, and Sherwin Sintaon. Thank you.